guys, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Today we're going to talk about my favorite subject, which is sales. All right, we got a great subject for ourselves today. It's part two, and this is talking about how to start a sales crew, how to work with a sales crew, and what it's like to work in a sales crew, and how to have a sales crew business. It's a good idea. So let's take a look at it. Now, I'm living in Jacksonville, Florida. I love it here. It's June almost. Two more days, it'll be real June. It'll be hot. We get some real nice weather down here, but you know, one of the things you got to consider when you're a salesperson is having the right information to be able to be successful. Okay, guys? And what I'm working with in this regard is teaching you that if you have a crew of people that you will most likely have to go out and find yourself, unless you work with a reputable company that will help you build a team. And it's in their best, because a lot of these companies that are doing these types of businesses where they need to replace things in your home, where they need to fix stuff, where they need to go ahead and make sure that the buildings and things, windows, doors, everything needs to be fixed. It's amazing, the replacements. See, and one of the things about being in sales and working in the door-to-door field is that if you work on a zip code basis, you'll be able to take care of a much nicer amount of territory. A lot of times people, they look for the big places to go, and then they miss all the small places that are there, that people who have never had hardly anybody ever knock on their door. And so those are the kind of people that, you know, may entertain more of you giving them a presentation of what you're going to tell them to sell. Now, if you're starting a crew, you want to get together, like I said, with a reputable company. You're going to have to pay your people pretty good. There's got to be stipulations to let them know that, hey, they're going to have to pay their own taxes unless you guys can take taxes out for them. And you might want to bring that up front, because you don't want people a couple of years from now being upset because they got to pay a lot of taxes. It sucks. But we got to pay our way. That's just a part of it. Give God his and then give Caesar his. That's the way it works. So if we're selling and we're starting a crew, what we got to do is we got to figure out what's a product. Most companies, they have a product. Now, there are some products that need to have salespeople have somebody knock on the door for them, give them an okay, and enter a presentation and say, hey, can somebody come by and knock on your door and they come in your house and sell you some information about the products that we got to sell? Yeah, I know it sounds funny, but those people that are appointment setters, they work their butts off. Okay, you got to give them their credit and their props, because they are awesome. You know, in selling, we also got to think about, well, what we're doing. We're probably out there spending a lot of money on leads. Okay, we got to have some leads sometimes to be able to direct us for particular products and make sure we're not talking to just everybody. Now, you do have sometimes the capability, when you have a team of salespeople, to go in there and mass sell. Okay, that's what I would do. That's what we used to do when I was a young man, when I first got into sales. We went out and we bombarded an area, left it alone for a while, and then come back and visit it again. But with different peoples going to the different homes. You know, that way you got your territory taken care of, but you also got new people, eyeballs looking at stuff. Because if you got the same times people look at stuff, they don't see like there's an opportunity, because they've seen it so many times. So if you've got people that you're going to work with, make sure that they come to work fresh, clean. You don't want to smell bad, guys. You want to look your best. You want to act your best, because you're selling stuff, and we work on commission only. And I'm going to tell you what, if you ain't making no money, you ain't got no money, okay? You got to pay the bills. I'm like you know, I'm sweating to the oldies. I'm doing this video out of passion, because I love selling the good, the bad, the ugly, and all the stuff nobody wants to talk about when it comes to sales, but I will. You know, my name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. And our total subject for today is, you know, starting a crew. Okay, what you're going to do is, a lot of times, it used to be they used to put ads in the newspaper, but now they do it on these different websites, you know, Monster, Indeed, and a lot of other great ones. You know, these are boards where people, you can go ahead and put out, you know, the capability to say, hey, I need some people. Craigslist and all these will have the capability for you to say, hey, I need some help. And if you take on the responsibility of a crew, you're going to have maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 10, 15 people that'll be working with you. And they're all different personalities. You're going to have some really smart ones. You're going to have some that might, you know, be just there for the money. And then you got some there that don't even know why they're there, because they just want to be a part and want to be different. We're different types of people, salespeople, people that knock on doors and hang flyers and talk to customers. Because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of money to be made going door to door, hanging flyers and having people do it. And then a lot of times you got people that may want to bombard an area and put out a lot of information and then have a salesperson come behind. Okay, that's really good. Oh, did you get my information? Oh, okay, you did. You seen it? Okay. And then that gives you more of an opportunity to sell. You know, my simple goal in this video is to not sweat so much. I'm just saying, I just got through working out and I'm out here selling. I'm talking about what I love about selling. And if you're starting a crew, you know, you might want to look at people's backgrounds. You got to make sure you ain't got no people out there that's going to rob people or hurt people, because you're going to be on the hook for those people. So let your people know that they're going to have a background check, and you'll be able to weed out the ones real quick. Now, most of the time, that's the most important things. People's after hours and what they do on their own time. So most people, they don't care anymore. But what they do care about is make sure that if they send you out there, you ain't going to go to jail because you're peeping in through somebody's windows, okay? They want to make sure you're out there for a good reason. It's selling. So pick the people that you like. And remember, they ain't your best friends. These nice people, they're the kind of people that you want to work with and stuff. But you got to remember, you build a relationship. It don't happen all at one time. And you got to have people that are committed to what you're selling. If they ain't committed, they ain't going to be able to sell none. And we as salespeople want to make sure that our products are introduced properly, they're sold properly. So you're going to be the trainer. You're going to be the training manager. You're going to talk to your people in a positive way. You're going to ask them a lot of questions to help them see themselves closing sales. You have to work on the objections. Have them write down the objections once you build your team. Now remember, you'll be surprised. There'll be the ones that sell real good may not be the ones that you thought were the one that's going to be selling real good. But everybody, I don't care who you're talking to, wants to fit in. They want to be hopefully number one in their own mind, or at least be the best that they can be. So if they're out there trying, treat them just like the people number one. But remember, number one and number two, they work it real hard. And you get what they call residual off of these people. That means you get money because they're selling stuff. So it behooves you as a sales manager who knocks, to make sure that these people that are knocking on these doors, they know what they're doing. And they're not afraid to ask you for help. Believe me, you don't want your salespeople to be afraid, because what will happen is they'll quit. They'll be apprehensive they're embarrassed, first of all, because they don't know. So be the kind of person that says, hey, you guys may not know stuff, feel comfortable. I have an open door policy where you can talk to me about what you're going through in your selling experiences. You got to be like this. You have to be the coach. You have to be the motivator. You have to be the referee sometimes. Okay, you stole my sale. Oh, no, you stole mine, blah, blah, blah. I talked, okay. But see, when you're talking with adults, I work with a lot of young people in their early 20s that are really, really sharp. Young people, even in their teens, that I work with, that I help to be, the best that they could be in door-to-door selling. My goal as a crew manager was to make sure that my people got fed, that they weren't starving, okay? Because if they were starving, it's kind of hard to think with your brain if you're hungry. And if you get real hot and overwhelmed, they need to have water available. They need to be able to. And here's one thing. Make sure that you got cell phones, and make sure everybody's cell phones are charged up. So that way, when you're done with an area, you can get picked up at a proper time. They're also, by using a cell phone and texting, you can ask your manager questions about, well, what do I do out here on the route? What do I say? Can you help me with this close? Can you do what they call a TO, which is a team opportunity sales closing technique? And I'll tell you what, if you're out there, make sure that you keep your vehicle clean, looking good, and you want to make sure it's got maintenance done on it regularly, because, see, safety matters. You don't want your stuff to break down at 9 o'clock at night, and you got 4 or 5 people that depend on you to get them back to A to B. Okay. See, when I was younger, we used to meet up. They would come and pick us up at our homes. And we were in different areas because, salespeople may not live in the same community. So they may live within an area. So if you got salesmen that live within an area, you want to choose those to work in your territory. Now, here's the thing. If you got a big territory, you got multiple managers, you're wanting these salespeople to work their territory and their stuff and stay out of each other's place, because sometimes you step on toes and it gets people mad. They call that snaking, and we ain't that kind of people. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I learned a lot of stuff about selling, and I've learned a lot about how to have conversations with customers. But one of the things that I like doing is the camaraderie with multiple salespeople, going ahead and make sure that they're succeeding. And listen, somebody gave me a tool. Dwayne Dabrowski, a great motivational speaker now, he gave me the tools with the different types of salespeople to listen to. We used cassette tapes and smoke signals back when I was younger. Just kidding. And we were able to learn and dedicate ourselves to the craft of selling because we were given tools. Well, I'm giving you a tool. You got a lot of things you can learn in sales. One of the big things that I can recommend is that you do the best that you can do. And listen, if you're starting a crew, make sure you get their names. You're going to have to get pertinent information about them. You're going to have to be upfront with them again about, their taxes. You're also going to, if you have benefits or no benefits, you need to be upfront with these people. Sometimes I've worked with these people where they work seasonal. They work for an amount of time. Because a lot of times when people are in their 20s, 2 or 3 years goes by really, really fast. And they're learning and they're having fun. Because I love it, man. When I'm working door to door, I'm having fun. I got people that want to pay me to show up, and they reward me with gifts and treasures and things. And that's what you want to do as a sales manager. Remember, you can't be so hard and treat people badly and expect them to be creative and sell stuff. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. We just had a very simple thing about, part 2 about, how to hire a crew, what's important about getting a crew, talking and taking care of your crew that go out there and sell for you. What do you got to do, man? You got to get a crew together. You don't want to treat them like steak. You want to treat them like they gold, because once they start making gold and they can see that they can make gold, they're wanting to work. Now, remember, we all get lazy sometimes, so you can't have none of that. So you can't be the one lazy. You got to be the one to show up, call, and you got to stay on people. I hate to say it like little babysitters sometimes. So go out there and sell something. Remember, salespeople want to sell. People want to buy, they want to own stuff. So it's our job as a training manager or sales manager or a person who drives people around to drop off flyers or put stuff up, as to make sure we market our businesses, our products. And this is the best way to market, sometimes face to face with people. So go ahead, take care of your people, and go out there and sell something. If you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. And our total subject for today, which is really, really cool, is how we deal with, selling. And how we make sure that the time that we spend selling is taken care of in a timely manner. Having a crew. I didn't really like that name, crew, but I'm starting to think, that sounds pretty cool. Sounds strong. We got the crew, man. We're going to knock it out the park. And I hope you learned something. I'll do some more videos, because remember, your time is very valuable. It's very important, so make sure you do all your routing. Make sure you set up all your zip codes. And if you have any questions, give me a thumbs up, and please let me know. And have a nice day. Share this. And go out there and route something. Go out there and sell something. And our total job today was, what was the question? To make sure that we sell something. Okay? That we do a real good job at it. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. I'll get off on a tangent like a crazy person. But really, guys, okay, when you're starting your crews, you want to make sure that you get the right guys and ladies, because you work good together. Y'all make money together. It's like being in the family. All right, I got you. Got you back. So go out there and sell something. I got me a selling crew. Yeah, let's go knock door to door, business to business.